Do not Marie Kondo your wardrobe. In fact, don't Marie Kondo your home. Don't Marie Kondo anything. There are so many problems with Marie Kondo's idea, her book, the way that people are interpreting it and implementing it. Let's get into it. Well, first of all, it's just sad that she has nothing in her house because nothing gives her joy. So if you looked at I have a friggin' jam-packed full cluttered house. I am artistic and I'm an upcycler. So I do not believe I'm a hoarder. I believe I am similar to 99% of the population in America. I have more stuff than I need. That doesn't make me a hoarder. I am actively and aggressively refashioning and reworking those things. So anyway, you can judge me all you want. Here I am judging Marie Kondo. You are free to judge me. And how can I judge her? She's so cute. Oh my gosh, have you seen her? She's this adorable little Japanese person who's so tidy. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. But I think she might have obsessive compulsive disorder. Okay, so I have a friend who shall remain nameless, who might be watching this video and might recognize his behavior, who spent 9 years of his life tidying up his house. So this Marie Kondo idea that you can do it all at once, and he had nothing. He was not a hoarder or a clutter person at all. 9 years to go through all of the files and all the stuff. I mean, it was a gigantic undertaking. He lived in a 1-bedroom studio apartment. What do you think it's like for us in our, 3-story houses in the suburbs? This is just not realistic. And Marie Kondo's book says you've got to do it all at once, right? So this is like, stop working, don't have kids, no relationships, shut your life down and spend the next, well, let's take that 9 years and multiply it times the number of bedrooms in your house. Yeah, you see the problem with that right there. So first of all, it is unrealistic to stop your life and declutter. And that is one of the cornerstones that she claims. Her promise is you will never go back to the way things were. Now, if you've ever successfully dieted for a few weeks, I just want you to evaluate whether or not you think this is true. And if you decluttered everything and never went back, please drop a note in the comment because I'd love to hear from you. I don't feel like that would be very likely to be my experience. After successfully dieting for a few weeks, then I go back to my old habits. So the big problem here is that you start decluttering and, in a cavalier, arrogant way, you throw out your extra hair dryers and toasters and everything that doesn't bring you joy, including, your tax records, if whatever. She does have, I actually really did adore her section on how little paperwork you need to hold on to. So I feel like if there's anything to take from her book, it is how to get rid of paperwork. Back to whether or not this is going to work. You're going to declutter your life. You're throwing stuff out right and left. Okay. Let's just take a step back for a second. Let's back up to outer space and have a look at the planet and how brown it's gotten in the last 20 or 30 years. We can't endlessly keep throwing things out. This is like taking the tourniquet off of your house is your limit on how much stuff you can consume and throw out, right? And the second that you just start throwing it out, it's like whoosh, garbage everywhere. You're taking things and you're turning them into garbage. And she specifically talks about garbage bags full of stuff. No, her book does not go into responsible disposal of anything. And let me know if you want a video on how to dispose of clothes responsibly, because that is not an easy topic. I've been digging into that for the last half year. We don't have really good, easy answers, but I will come up with the best answers I can for you. And I'm stoked to do that. But when we throw things out, donate them. When we donate them, 80% or approximately of what you donate to the thrift store does not get sold, and especially clothes, because here's what you're doing is you are giving the clothes that you wouldn't wear in public, like your crappy old stained, ripped, dirty clothes that you haven't washed and that aren't even in season, and you're donating them to the thrift store. So if you are going to donate to a charity shop and tell yourself you're doing something virtuous, then pick out those clothes that you want to get rid of that you could sell at a consignment shop. If the consignment shop will not take them, this thrift store probably won't be able to sell them. Okay. So if you want to get rid of something, make sure it's sellable. Make sure it's something somebody else would want. I'm saying the Marie Kondo, throw it all out. It's a problem. We need to dispose of it responsibly. Oh, we're going to magically having taken all the clutter out of our house. Now we're magically going to know how to make responsible buying choices, because we can tell whether or not something will give us joy, especially if we're buying clothes online, which we can't even try on. How will we know if that's going to give us joy? We won't. We won't. We don't even know if it fits. Every brand has different size, requirements. We don't, half the time they won't even tell you what the fabric is. If it's coming from China, it might even be a bald-faced lie. It might just be silk or cashmere that's not really. And I do have some little shorts on that. So, okay. So we need to learn responsible buying choices, and we need to learn responsible disposal choices. So she's focused on this area in the middle, and people are running around throwing things out. I'm making my life beautiful. It just has joy in it. And they are making a big mess here. And 3 weeks later, they're going to start the intake. We live in a culture where we're in the habit of buying stuff and throwing it out. It is not your fault, but we're going to have to support each other and encourage each other in making changes in that. And that is really why I have this channel. And that's why I'm ranting right now, because I want us to find ways to help each other. Everything I'm doing is trying to figure out what can be a piece of the solution, and no, thrifting isn't the solution. Thrifting depends on a culture where we're throwing things out. So I do love thrifting. I love treasure hunting. I love secondhand. But there's more to the picture than that. There's repairing, there's fixing, there's learning some skills that we don't have to do those things. And there's really if you're going to be judgmental, please be judgmental of the people that are buying all the new clothes. Don't be don't think, wow, those clothes look old and shabby. If you see somebody in clothes that look old and shabby, think, somebody has got the message. We only have one planet. We have enough clothes for 6 generations of people. Let's not throw them out. All right. So I'm here for you. I want to support you. And thanks for listening to my rant, my Marie Kondo rant. And if I missed anything, I'm going to look at my notes. If I missed anything, I'm going to be back to rant some more.